enlarge the screen here. See here, I have prepared a document on the project. Okay. Mm, is it visible, na? It is visible, though.
Yes, it is
Okay, okay.
visible. Yes, it is visible.
See, these are some categories, okay, in which we can do the project. We can think about the project, okay. So first, obviously, is a web technology. On web technology, you can do a project on web technology, okay. So web technology. Next, you have something called application. Desktop application. Next, you have something mobile technology. Then on AI, probably on digital image processing, some hardware based interfacing projects, okay, and some system level development if you really like to do, okay. And last, some scientific or research based project. These are some broad categories that you can do. See, in MCA or in BCA or in BTech of computer science, or in any field, in any engineering field, you have to do a project at your last year, final year. That is called final year project. Okay, there you have to apply your knowledges that has been gathered during the courses. Okay, so a project is a very important thing in your CV too. Okay, you have to mention a few projects in your CV, and since MCA is a big course to you, okay, it is going to be a the in fact the most important course in your career. So you must have a good project to end it with. Okay, so you have to scale that project in that way. Okay, so inside web technology you can do many things. Okay, I'm not mentioning that
Hmm.
you go for hospital management system, you go for library management system. No, those are all common. You can get ideas, thousands of ideas any of from any websites and something like that. Okay, so this thing in web technology, what actually you can do inside web technology, okay, you can do the simplest thing, that is, mm, somebody has message. What is this?
Can we do clones? Clones.
Yeah, we can do clone. Okay, we can also do clone of some reputed websites, like you are making a clone for Facebook or YouTube. You can clone it. But think the way, think about the time when an interviewer is asking you a question on your project. Okay, obviously if you put the project in your CV, and you will do that certainly, then interviewer will ask you, he or she will be interested on that project only. Okay, and you are going to face many questions from him, from the interviewer, especially on the project, and interviewer will at once will come to know the depth of you from your replies. Okay, so the first question he may ask you, why you do a cloning. Okay, since the original site is already there, means if you are cloning the Facebook, say, So interviewer may ask you, Facebook is already there. What is the necessity of doing a clone to it? Okay, what is the purpose of doing the doing this project? Okay, see, one thing for you, I have collected something called project report preparation. So every project will be documented uh, with a special report that is called a project report. Okay, you must create a project report. Okay, and some criteria of project report means what will be the features, what will be the content of the project report is given inside it. Okay, I will share this document with you. So here you also have to mention the purpose of your project. Okay, objective, introduction and objective. Here you have to mention the purpose of the project. Now if he asks you what is the purpose of your project, then what you will say? You can do cloning, you can do anything, you can create a simple website. Okay, but you have to prepare your answers for that questions also. Okay, so if you have any better answer to this thing, to that thing, to that question, you can always do a cloning. Okay, a simple answer you can give. Okay, I did that cloning for my client. And who are your client? You can say that I am a freelancer. I am a freelance web designer, web developer. And my client was asking me a clone, and I did it for him. So it was my business, and I do it for my business. So that will be a great answer, great reply to this question. You can do cloning. Okay, MCA do not means no university will restrict you, can tell you that these projects is for MCA, this project is not for MCA. At least if you have that skill with you. Okay, if you write a simple program, okay, a collection of a few programs, then obviously that will not be treated as a MCA project. Okay, so I guess in this university there will be no synopsis submission. For some other universities, maybe some for some what I say, regular universities, regular courses, they ask something called synopsis. Means you have to submit a primary idea, what type of project and what you are going to do in the project. If the synopsis is approved by
Mm-hmm.
the project manager or the faculties, then only you are allowed to do that project. But I hope that will be the not
Okay.
case here. Okay, you can do any sorts of
Mm.
things. Okay, if you have already some projects in your pocket, then you also can prepare a fresh report for that and can submit that thing. That is, that will not be a good thing although, but if you are quite experienced enough of doing things, then you can also do that thing. If you have some current jobs in your hand, then you can also put that thing. Okay, okay, so cloning is always possible. See here in web technology, you can develop what you can develop. You can develop a website. You can develop a portal. Now there is a difference between website and portal. Okay, portal you can think it's a big, very big website that has some dynamic behavior with it. You can have some web applications. Okay, you can have some web services too. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
dynamic web portal is website means here by writing this word, I mean that some static site. Okay, some static site you can also prepare if it has some specific purpose. Okay, so most likely for a MCA people, these things are the easiest and achievable thing. Okay, doing admin based dynamic web portal, whatever you learn from this web technology, this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then PHP, or you can take the help of advanced Java. Last semester you probably did that class, developing websites, dynamic websites, how to do that thing, that you can do in this segment admin based. Most likely these are very much achievable for an MCA student. Okay, so what is MS? MS is a management system. I can demonstrate you. I have a few management system in my hand. I will do it if time permits. Then CMS is content management system. I will also show you some content management system. Means you are creating a website and the content of the website can be managed by some other website, and that website is your admin section. Okay, I will show you. And cart. Okay,
Okay.
these are the most popular thing usually people do in this type of course. Okay,
Okay.
next you have some web application, some analytical or informative websites or application fetching data from other websites, especially some popular websites like YouTube, okay, or Facebook. Okay, you can do lots of things from there, and nice things, interesting things. Okay, like I have just mentioned one visualization of JSON data on Google Map. Okay, now see, let me show you one thing. For this site, say where I am go, where I will go, say Facebook. Facebook. So Facebook, inside Facebook, where I have to log in. I do not want to log into it. Okay. See here, sign up. You will find some. Okay, let's go inside YouTube. Okay. So in YouTube, coming to this section, see here at the end, you will find something called developers, right? So go inside developer. Okay. From here, you can get some references, what you can do. Okay. So this YouTube, Google, Facebook provides lots of data to be used by the public, means not by the normal public, by the developers. And using those data, developers can do nice things, nice applications, web applications. Like means suppose in YouTube you have a channel, okay, and you want to manage your videos and your data on the channel, and for that purpose you create your own application. Okay, although YouTube provides you a good interface for that purpose, but you can also design of your own. Okay, in that way many websites are there who is publicly displaying their data. They can also supply you those data, and using those data, okay, you can create nice applications. Okay, see here, I mentioned one such thing, that is your visualization JSON data on Google Map. Now what that mean? Copy it and paste it. Visualize your data on custom map using Google Map. See, you have to study the thing. Okay. Now I'm just going Google Map. Google Map developers. Google. Let's go inside it. See here, many things you can achieve from here. These are called APIs. Okay, these sites will give you some data, okay, a set of data, and using those data you can develop your own application. Issue tracker is one important thing I will tell you. Mm, just go inside this, getting started, build your first map, search place. Where is that item? I'm not finding right it now. Where is it? Okay, I will share the link. Okay, what it mean actually? Visualizing JSON data on Google Map means you are asking Google to send you some data. Okay, that data will be shown on the Google Map. Okay, you create an application. Example, you create an application. You can create a mobile app. You can create a website. Okay, suppose that website or that application will display the areas in our country, maybe in our country, the since the corona period is over. Okay, although it is still there, but we can say that it is over. But we have a lots of data in our hand, and if you have that set of data, you want to categorize the area of the country, dividing some zones where the most affected people have been found. Okay, that you can plot on a Google Map. Okay, that is been given by the Google will give you that permission, will give you the codes and everything. You have to modify that thing, and you have to set the data on that map. Okay, so it is the simplest thing. Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Okay. Yeah. Are you speaking because I was not it was not audible to me. Just I thought, okay.
Yeah, my net was gone for.
Okay, okay, fine, no problem then. I thought it might be a problem with my net and I'm not audible. That's the reason I wanted to
No,
just check
no,
it out.
my net was gone. Okay. So you can do that kind of a thing. You can create an application where you can plot different types of things on Google Map. Okay, not only Google Map, you can
Hmm.
get the data from YouTube. You can get the data from Facebook. So if you have Facebook account, inside Facebook account, and under menu you go to the developer section, you will find lots of things. You will get new ideas. Okay, you can create your own applications from that part also. Okay. Now, another interesting thing is WebRTC. The people who really want to experiment a bit, this WebRTC basically is, hello,
Yeah, I'm there.
am I there? Okay, I'm there.
Yes, yes. Uh,
Okay. So, this WebRTC is basically enables a real time communication. Okay. Just like
mm-hmm.
this Google Meet, this Google Meet,
Mm-hmm.
Zoom meeting, these are all providing the real time communication, audio, video. Okay, so whatever I am saying right now, you are hearing that thing, and if we share the video, you can also get it. Okay, these things have been established using this technology that is called WebRTC. Okay, now just
Mm-hmm.
copy this thing and paste it on Google WebRTC. Why I am showing this thing, you just get the knowledge of this thing and go to the respective
Correct.
sites. This is the official sites of WebRTC. Learn the technology, just read the brief part of it, and know what it is, and get your idea. Okay, construct your idea
Mm-hmm.
from there. You can create an application,
Okay.
just like Google Meet, just like Zoom meeting, or something innovative more. Okay, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you find lots of thing in Zoom meeting, lots of thing in Google Meet. You can create a simplest way of communicating people. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so WebRTC is the technology how two terminals communicate with each other. Okay, without
Okay.
having a third party between them. Okay, so direct communication.
Mm-hmm.
So using that technology, for that purpose you have to study these things. Okay, You are not
Mhm.
going to find books for everything. You have to depend on your web. Okay. And
Mhm.
obviously you will not find the proper YouTube videos, because to create a YouTube video, a person will be there who knows the in detail the technology, and deliver the things over there, na? So whatever you will
Yeah.
get, you will get the respective websites, official websites, and get the knowledge from there and construct an idea. Okay. See,
Mm.
ideas for this thing are very much available and very much common. Okay.
Mm.
Everybody will do. I will suggest you, if you are not you if you do not want to involve deeply inside the project, just do any one of them. Okay. Just go for a management system or something like that. Okay. And that will be good. That is not a bad project. That will not be a bad project at all. Okay. If you scale the project a bit larger. Okay. So that will not be a very bad thing. Okay. I will show you one example of that. Anyway, so these are some interesting things on web technology that you can do. Next, you have desktop application. Although today we have a very few desktop application for business purpose, still we can do a something like that called desktop application. That desktop application you can build using Java, using .NET C has based. Okay.
Mm.
uh, that I will
Mhm.
show you one example of that desktop application that you can always do. Desktop application means a software. You are creating a software. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next, you can do a mobile app. Okay, based on Android or iOS. Android will be the comfortable one for you. iOS is a bigger part. So leave iOS. You can create a Android based mobile application. For that purpose, you have to learn the Android. Okay. You can learn the Android by, if you have the knowledge of Java, hardly it will take 2 to 3 weeks to learn Android, how to learn how to make mobile apps using Android. But for that purpose, you need a very good kind of machine, computer. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, so in mobile technology, you can develop an app, an utility app, any app, eh, anything. If you probably you have many ideas of developing an app, communication app, you have some banking app, you have some fun app, and you can always do a game project. Okay. A gaming app.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Next things, these things are some mm, something for high end is AI based,
Okay.
probably digital image processing based some projects. Okay. And frankly speaking, if this project session has been means, obviously they will means the faculties will discuss about the projects, what are the projects that you should do in MCA.
Mhm.
If faculties are discussing on the projects, they will always tell you to do these sorts of things. Okay. These are the things. But unfortunately, we must have these kinds of knowledge na, to these things. So what is there inside this? This is AI, you all know, artificial intelligence. Okay. So what is there
Mhm.
in AI? Artificially you have to train a system. Okay. Artificially you have to develop a something like that. I have just taken a few segment here, like gesture recognition and task assignment. Now what is that? Gesture recognition means you are sitting in front of your laptop have the webcam. Okay. And you are moving, just means your cam is live. Okay. So you are putting some gesture in front of the camera. Okay. Now your application will be there, which is accessing, which is getting the data from your camera. Okay. And by analyzing that data, your application is identifying the gesture that you are doing right in front of your camera. Suppose it can recognize the hand movement, it can recognize your faces. Okay, you can recognize the emotions too. Means if you are sad, if you are laughing, if you are smiling, if you are closing your eyes, everything can be done. So that is gesture recognition. Okay, now when your system recognize the gesture, means your hand, you are moving your hand, maybe you are raising your thumb. Okay, you are showing thumb in front of your camera. Now your system is identifying that you are showing thumb. Now you have assigned some task to it. Means means you tell your system that do this sorts of thing when the thumb is raised. Okay, so you can create a nice application like that. Suppose in front of your camera you are just moving your finger, means your index finger, and trying to type, means not type, you are trying to write something on the air. Okay, and your
Okay.
screen, your application will display what you are trying to write on air. You understand the thing? You are trying to write
Got it.
apple. Okay, just by moving your hands in front of your camera, just by moving your fingers in front of your camera, apple. So now you are seeing that on the screen it is appearing apple. Okay, you can create a learning tool for the children's, for the kids, like that. So that is your gesture recognition and task assignment. You have to recognize your gesture, finger movement. You have to assign some task, any task you can assign. Okay. Okay, next you can create some medical application. Medical applications means, suppose um, you are analyzing some say ECG reports. Okay, you have that nice ECG graphs, and you can analyze the graphs and give some reports. So you are creating a tool which will take input the images of some medical images, like say ECGs, maybe some other, give me some few terms, okay, medical terms. Those images you can process always and generate some reports
In
from it.
CT scan report or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
those all things can be done by using AI and digital image processing. Okay, okay. Now image recreation means you are giving an image. Okay, and you are trying to alter that image in some with some specific parameters. Maybe you want to say that you just erase the background. Those are very common, although, but you have to innovate something new in it. You have to put something new in it. Okay, just remove the background, or just remove the shades. Okay, shadow,
Mhm.
some old images, uh, restoration application that you can always do. Okay, so these
Mhm.
type of things you can always do with digital image processing. With that you can put some artificial intelligence algorithm and knowledge into it. So that will be a project, that can be a project on this topic. Okay, next you have hardware based interfacing. This is an interesting part. Here you can use something called Arduino, means some robotic parts. See, Arduino, just copy the term and go here, Arduino. You will have this site. You have to study this site. What you have to do? You have to create an application, means some hardware interfacing. You have some circuits, you have some maybe you have some robots. You are creating some robots and you are controlling them in order to do some tasks for you. Okay, some automated system, some machineries or some tools you are actually developing some tools. Okay, so some prototypes you can derive, you can design here by using Arduino. Okay, this is a controller based project, means microcontroller. Okay, we do not have microcontroller or microprocessor in our course. Still, if you study this section, then with a very minimum effort you can do nice sorts of thing. Okay, so this is hardware interfacing projects. Okay, you can do simple interfacing. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Huh.
Yeah, audible now.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, my Wi-Fi connection giving some problem, I think.
Yes, I think it is fluctuating.
Anyway, the next topic is, see, this is not at all a hard topic to do. Okay, Arduino based project. If you really study enough in that segment, then you can then you can easily develop nice things and interesting things. Okay. Okay, simple interfacing by software application means something. I mean to say that, suppose you have a device. Okay, and in that device you want to put a control system so that you can control that device using your application, mobile application or desktop application. I created one such thing for my own uh, purpose. Okay, so I would like to say that thing, that I had a furnace. Okay, that furnace will can be operated by a computer. Okay, automatically, and that furnace is a gold melting furnace. Okay, you know how precious metal it is. So that process will be completely maintained by the computer system. Okay, means when the gold is been melted completely, so it will analyze the impurities in it. Okay, whether the melting process has been completed. That if the melting process is completed, then the means the machine need to be stopped. These all controlling is done by the application automatically, and that is not a very big task. Hardly a few hundred lines of code you have to read, you have to write for that. Okay, so that is a
Like embedded
interfacing
this thing.
software application that you can build. And interesting part is, you do not have to know big languages for that. Only C and C++ you can do it. Acha, another
Is it
simple
something like
interfacing application I can show it to you. Just I'm going to my folder. See, this is a very simple project. Mm, road traffic signaling. Okay, although it is a hypothetical project. Okay, already road traffic signaling has been implemented, and the interviewer will um, may face the same question, why you did this thing. Okay, because the road traffic signaling is already been implemented. But you have a nice reason to say something for that, because these are something, mm, uh, these are not like simple websites or simple application, mobile application, or simple um, okay, softwares. Okay, you are dealing with the hardwares. Okay, so these have some other essence too. Okay, you are creating an application. Using that application, you are controlling other devices. So that is a great significance. Okay. So this is a learning. You can always reply that this is a learning process. I have used these kinds of thing, and gather so many knowledges from that. Okay. So what this project is actually doing, it is actually implementing the traffic signaling system. You already have watched the traffic signaling system that is already been developed, but this project is very old project, probably 10 years back this project was developed, and this was done only in C, only in C, writing C code. Okay. C code, using C code you have to uh, control some lights. The interfacing part is very simple. We use their parallel ports. Okay. Means probably you do not see the parallel ports nowadays. The computers do not use that parallel port, that red color port, where the dot matrix printer, if you remember earlier days, we have dot matrix printer. That printer was inserted in that port. See here, this was done by the C, only turbo C. Okay. Nothing is, means nothing more was required anyway. So this was an interface related project. It has some other weightage. Okay. Okay. Next, the other category, the next two categories are really quite high, and you have to study a lot, and you have to have a very good interest on that. System level development means, for computer system, you can always develop your own operating system. You probably, please interact with me if you have any question.
Yes, yes.
If I am saying you that you can create your own operating system, probably you will think that, "Oh, what he is saying, is it possible?"
No, it's
Yes, it
not
is
like that. It's
possible.
quite a big term.
And this is not a very big term. Okay. A few lines of code you have to write, you can create an operating system. Now our habit nowadays becomes like that. If I say you that operating system, you start thinking about the Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11. No, no, no. Operating system is not like that. Operating system is the basic minimum program that you need to bring into the computer's RAM memory in order to identify. Okay, that means it's a life. Okay, you are giving a life to your computer system, so that computer starts working, invoke. After that, it will do many things. Okay. So OS kernel is simplest thing that you can always develop. If you really study well, you can develop a simple operating system. That kernel means the basic part of the operating system. It is the closest part of the operating system. We have our operating system in our syllabus na, in the first semester. So kernel is the first
Yeah.
layer of operating system, which remains the at the closest proximity of hardware. Okay. So hardware will directly connect with the kernel. So kernel is very small in size. Okay, you can always write a kernel, basic kernel, which will boot your system. Bas, that's enough.
Okay.
If you can
Okay.
do this thing, it will be a great advantage. Means it will be a great hype. Okay, you will get very good weightage for that. Okay, and how can you do that thing? Just go copy this thing, type it. You will see, you are getting Linux link. Okay. So to do this thing, you have to go to the Linux. Okay. Otherwise, presently it is not very it will not be very easier for you to understand the thing. In
Mm-hmm.
Linux is
Okay.
an open source system. You can always extract the kernel part of it. Get and extract,
Hmm.
download the kernel part of the Linux, any of the Linux, and you can alter those parts. Okay, while you are altering those parts according to your need, you will learn many things. And from that, means, if you cut the things and get the basic things, okay, obviously you have to learn, means you have to devote yourself into that part. Then you can create your the smallest kernel with which you can boot your machine. Okay, up to booting is
Okay.
enough. After that, whatever you are seeing, that the commands and everything, those are the interpreter section. Means you have to write a few commands so that your computer get understand and do tasks for you. Okay, so the similar way you can develop your parser. Parser means what? It's a compiler parser. Okay, means you are writing some command and you are giving a
And then
grammar,
converting.
and that you are creating your own language, I mean to say. Okay,
Okay.
just like
Mm-hmm.
C, C++, Java, Python, you can create your own language. So these things you need to study, you need to devote yourself, and don't think in that way, if I devote into it, I will not be able to do the thing. Obviously you will do the thing, because lots of materials are shared in the internet to guide you to the right place. And in few cases I may also give you some help. Okay, so this is the section, system level development. You can, in the simplest way, you can develop a libraries in simple terms. Okay, no, I am not going to develop a kernel, a parser. You can create a library. Okay, you can create a library for Python, you can create a library for C, C++. Okay, library means what? Some utility functions, some
Yeah,
utility
so it's not
classes will be there.
interesting.
Okay, so that you can do in this section. And next and last is your scientific and research based project, and there is no limit in that. Okay, there is no
Mm-hmm.
limit. So you have to be innovative, you find the unique ideas, and just you have to jump into that section. I'm giving you an idea. Um Today itself I was discussing about this kind of a project with someone who is a very dignified person. He is a scientist from BRC, Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Probably you
Okay,
know.
okay. Yes, yes, I
So
know.
actually, it is his idea, not mine. Okay. The idea is to track our two parts of our body. One is your heart and another is your brain. Okay. So we probably have heard the term heart attack. Okay. I am telling his word. Okay. So
Okay.
while the heart is under attack, brain is also doing some part of it. Okay, now according to him, he is going to design a model. Okay, a simulation. Okay, that will prove that heart attack is caused by the brain. Okay, heart attack is caused by the brain.
Caused by, okay, okay.
Brain is
Mm-hmm.
doing something. For that reason, heart is going under attack. Okay, I
Oh,
do not know the details inside it. As per my knowledge, heart attack means supplying blood to the heart is been restricted somehow, or the electrical pulses generated by the heart itself is blocked somehow. But
mm-hmm.
according to
Yeah.
the scientist with whom I was talking today morning,
Mm-hmm.
he is telling me that according to him, his research, the
Brain is
heart
caused.
attack is generated by a signal coming from the brain directly. Okay,
Okay.
see the logic. When I argued with him, he gave me a simple logic. What is a heart? Heart is a pump,
Mm.
right? We know
Mm.
all that. Heart is a pump,
Signal is coming
and
from brain only.
if you think about the pump, any of the pump, the electrical pump at your household, okay, you know that the pump is nothing without the motor. Na? If you remove the motor from the pump will not work at all, right? So whatever the signal the pump is getting from the motor, the pump is actually working, and the signal is getting from the motor
Works.
itself. Now in our human body, brain is that motor, according to him, not me.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that
that is fine, but
No, motor
what
is
if some
not motor.
blockage? physical blockage happened to the that artery of the heart.
Fine.
Blood is not
That
going to
blockage, according to him and according to medical science also, blockage is a effect. Okay, but what is the cause? What cause gives you
the cause is that like as I know that when there is not
the
blood supply and
capillary?
oxygen supply to the
Capillary.
heart,
Okay, the
yeah,
capillary gets
yeah,
narrowed.
then the
Okay,
yeah, then what happens is that the cell of the heart is start dying, and that is what the heart attack is.
sure, sure. That is my knowledge also.
But
Okay,
I but that
that
is the physical process.
the
There is
blood is not supplying to the muscles, so the muscles are not getting
yeah,
the oxygen. Okay, right amount of oxygen, and
yeah,
the cell starts dying.
they
Okay,
start dying.
but these
Yeah,
are all effects. According to him, these are all effects. We need to go to the root. Okay, anyway, so this is a topic he is going to develop a simulation on that, so that he can prove
because
that thing. Okay.
these are the these are the effect by and the cause is that supply cut. That is the cause now, like supply cut.
Yeah, surely, surely. But according to him, there are some other routes. Okay, and the route is means from where the all the proceedings has been generated is the brain. Okay, it is his research.
But I
He has completed his
yeah, that's
research. Okay, now his job is to simulate the thing. Simulate. Obviously, he cannot
Great.
means he cannot showcase it with a human being, right? So for that purpose, simulation is required, and that simulation becomes a project of some of us like that. Okay, he wants.
I think here neural network and all is applied,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Neural network.
He is from neural
That we
network.
have to interpret the neurals.
Yeah, he is
The neural
from neural
signals need to
network
be interpreted.
and artificial intelligence part. He is a scientist from
Mhm.
BARC, BARC.
Yeah,
So
ARC
anyway,
is very
so,
difficult.
so that is that kinds of a project. If you are interested in, if you can connect with somebody like that, you can always be a part of that kind of thing. Okay, so those are the things that you can do as MCA project. Here I mentioned something called computational thinking and design patterns. These are some relevant topics. Design pattern means some algorithmic based things. Okay, design pattern we already have in our last semester. That was UML, means object oriented. Okay, design patterns. So few kinds of design patterns are available currently in our industry. So if you can generate some other topics, if you can contribute some of your design pattern, that you can also do. See here, the project does not mean writing a code. Okay, most of us think that okay, doing a MCA project means we have to write programs and programs. No, if you can write an algorithm, if you can write a thesis, then it can also be a project. Okay, and probably
Mm.
it is more precious project. It will be a more precious project than code for lakhs or few lakhs of lines. Okay, so always encourage yourself by doing those kinds of things. Otherwise, you have in your hand that web development thing. Now let me quickly demonstrate two things. After that, we can discuss, and you can ask me, or you can share your thoughts too. Just let me show you one thing. That is a simple desktop software running on web based, what I can say, database. Okay, so this is a simple, not a simple software. This is a very big software. This software is basically manage all the activities for a restaurant. Okay, this is a client-based software. Just wait, should run. Okay, it has already and there. See here, see here. This is a software. I told you in that segment that you can develop a software, okay, and this software is client-based software. Okay, client-based software means somebody ordered you, you did it, you did that kind of thing as a freelancer or as a part of a team from an organization. That always can happen. Okay, so this is a software. This software has many segments in it. Okay, so this will manage everything for a restaurant. Say I am just
Mhm.
showing you a simple thing. The important thing that orders. It will take orders. Okay, for
Mhm.
the tables. Okay, so here you create the order and some items. See, and some giving some items to it.
Okay, it is all just inserting.
Yeah, when you will visit a restaurant, you will see that the in the billing section or in the backend section, a person is there sitting in front of a computer,
Mm.
and inside that computer, something like that is open. Okay, so whenever you ordered something according to table, okay, so that has been put. Okay, okay, so these two things. See here the billing. Okay, now you can save the order. The order has been saved. Now you print the bill. If you print the bill, so what will happen? Bill created, and you will print the bill. See here, it is trying to print the bill. Okay, now where it will print?
Mm.
If the printer is connected, then the bill will be printed through the printer. But since we do not connect the printer, we can save it.
Printer. Mhm.
Okay, we are saving it on the desktop. Let's see. Sorry, I have to delete the start. So if the printer is connected, then the bill will be printed by the printer. Okay.
Mhm.
See here, this is the bill. See here, this is the
Yeah.
bill. Okay. So this is a software. You can, at the end of the day, you can create some reports. Some means every reports from it. See, this is the order history. Okay. This is a complete
Mhm.
software and a client-based software. If you have that kind of experience, you can do a client-based software. And if you do not have a client order, but you can always get the idea, okay, and create a software like that. That particular software was written in C hash. Okay,
Okay.
another is there. Okay, these kind of things you can always include as a project in your MCA. And if this is a client-based software, okay, means if the software you are developing is for the real world, okay, then you
Mm.
will get a good mileage on it. Okay, it is always
Yes.
uh, been important to do a live project. This is something called live project. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so the if I have anything, one more thing, an web based application,
Mm.
admin based application project I'd like to show you. Say suppose, see, mm, console admission. See, this is an application, web based application, and it comes under this category, management system. Okay, it comes under this category, management system. The last one I showed you, it is under this category. She has based software application. Okay, desktop application, although the database is there on web, means on net. Okay, some in some other computer the database
Okay.
is present.
Somewhere the okay server is the database
Yeah,
server is different.
yeah. And now I am showing you something like the management system. So what is this? This is basically a admission portal. Okay, means when the college takes new admission. Okay, so online admission system, this is basically an online admission system. Okay, we had created
Okay.
this admission system. So this comes under that category. So here, see here, this is a section. You can follow this student view. Okay, students are the user of this section, viewer of this section. Student can apply from here. Okay, so how can student
Mm-hmm.
apply online? He can see the other things here. Apply online. See, here is the application form. It has many parts. Okay, just quickly
Mm-hmm.
demonstrate you one or two things. Say I'm giving some random roll number here and selecting cast, course, maybe their honors, some history, some combination, something save. So when you save the first part, personal information appears. This tab appears, right? See here,
Mm-hmm.
when I save it,
Correct.
this tab appears. Okay. If you enter the data here, then the next tab will appear. In that way, the application form has been filled up. Once the application form has been filled up, it will be submitted to the college section. Now, what will be the college part? That I am saying, see here, admin based dynamic web portal, right? This is admin based dynamic web portal. So, this is a web portal. What is the admin of this portal?
College
This
process.
portal is managed by another website. This is another website.
Oh,
See, this is the admin section. This is the admin section. You follow this thing. This is the admin section,
yes.
and this is the client section.
Client
Okay,
section.
so whatever data, the application data has been submitted, that can be viewed by the college from here.
Admin
Okay,
college people.
so currently this contains this much of application. Okay, and every application you can see here, all applications will be visible from here. See here. Okay, so these are all the live data, although it's a bit old data here. Okay, so I'm getting it from my repository. Okay, so from here you can always allow a person, grant application, reject application. You can see the details of application. See here, see here the details of the application. You can grant it, close it. So this is the admin part. Okay, and this is also a client based project. So you, you can understand na? It is not a very small project.
Yeah.
Okay, you have many
Yes.
things in it. Okay, you have many things in it. Okay, now one more thing. So this is one thing. Slash, see here, this is a project report. I told you you need to submit a project report with your project. Okay, so this is a project report, a sample demonstrating purpose. You can take it as a project report. Okay, this project report is based on this project. Okay, now what is this project?
This one.
This is basically simply a website. Okay, these are the contents. This is a website of a popular restaurant. Okay, so these are the content. Okay, and you see that these contents are managed from some other site, from some other part of the project. Okay, see here, and this is your content management system. Okay, so these are the content. You can modify this content. From where you can modify this content? You can modify this content from the admin part. Now what is the admin part? If you see the admin part of it, I don't know if I can open it right now. Admin, Mm, just wait. VD admin. So it will be VD hyphen admin. Sorry, it is not opening. Anyway, so these are the contents. Okay, these contents can be managed. Means new items are there. Okay, you can order it.
Mm-hmm.
You can order the foods from here. Okay, you can order the foods from here. So these are the contents, and that contents are managed from some other part of this project that is called admin part. Okay,
Admin panel.
Admin panel.
admin panel.
Yeah.
Okay, so this comes under content management system, and cart you all know. Okay, I'm not showing it to you. So these things are quite large thing. If you do such kind of thing with this kind of scale, then it will always be approved as a good project in your CV and in your course too. Okay, but if you develop a simple website, okay, just say flower boutique, something like that, na? So that is not, that will not be a good thing for your course and for your
Okay.
CV
That is
too.
not.
Okay, so you have to scale your project. Okay, so that is all thing I discussed today up to this. Okay, now you tell me if you have any question or if you have any idea, that I have this kind of idea, I want to convert it to a project. You can always tell me. If I am able, then I can formulate it for you. Tell me if you have anything, or you can, after today this discussion, you can think about such thing, and we can sit for another discussion, one or two discussion. We can discuss with that thing. We can formulate the thing. Okay, and we can do a big project also, mm, with 2 or 3 person involving with it. Okay, we can always do the thing
Okay.
collaboratively.
I
We
think
can do a
better.
project, big project. Okay, that we also can do. Okay, in fact I have a spec with me, means I have a requirement with me
Mm-hmm.
also, so on which we can work together. Okay, at least 2 3 person are, for 2 3 person it will be a very good project, a group project. See here, project report contains these kinds of things. Okay, you have to mention, you have to create the project report. I have project reports with me, I will share at right time. Say, see the thing.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, see
Thank
the
you.
thing, you need some. See, this is the content. See, these things we are going to learn in software engineering part in this semester. Okay, you will learn how to create these things. What are these?
Okay.
See here, just just go through it. I'm showing it to you. See here, you know this thing now. This is sequence diagram. Okay,
Yes.
last semester you have these things. This is project scheduler. You have to draw these kinds of things in your project report. Okay, means in during the project development section. Okay, what are the schedules, how you progress into your work, that you have to formulate using this kind of thing. Okay, okay, next thing is your uh, this is requirements. Okay, fine. Data analysis. Okay, now see dfd is one important thing that you must do in your project, because every project, inside every project, data is flowing from one end to another end, na? So in
Yeah,
fact our
data flow management.
yeah, in our project, in our computer based project, especially we are converting the data into information, right? So inside the
Correct.
project, Different the project contains different parts, and inside those parts, the data are flowing from one end to another end. Okay, so DFD is basically a tool, means graphical tool, which reflects that flow of data. These
Okay.
uh, this circle signifies a process, and these are called entities. Okay,
Okay.
see how data are flowing from one process to another process, that has been showing. This is a very small data flow diagram. This should be enlarged and detailed. Okay, this diagram is not detailed DFD. We have to create detailed DFD. Next, we have entity relationship diagram. You know what is entity relationship diagram in database? You did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have
Mm.
to design the database, and according to for designing that database, you must do a entity relationship diagram. Okay, see, this is the complete entity relationship diagram ERD, and these are the tables. You have to give the database tables. Okay, after that, you have to give something called system flowchart, means how your system is working. Okay, if your system is menu based, then you have to show the menu. These are some coding part. You should not give the all the codings. Okay,
Okay.
it is not required to give the codings. See here, these are the screenshots, means the different segment of your project you have to show it,
Give
display
the
it like
snaps.
that.
Okay.
And also it is better to write a few lines what this section is actually doing, how to operate. Okay, and in a separate section you can also do that thing. So these are all the admin part. Okay,
Mhm.
next you can give a documentation how test has been prepared, or means every project you are, since you are developing a software, a system, you must test your project now, whether your project is
Yes.
running okay, and if there is any bug,
S-
you should test all those things. So you have to write
mm.
those things too. Inside that you can also include a user manual, how user will handle your project, your software, your application,
Mhm.
that you can also. So this
Mhm.
is a sample documentation how you can prepare your project. Okay, so these are the points, not necessarily all the points you have to mention, but few of them, or the most essential part I will point out. Most essential part you must do. Okay, I have included that
Okay.
thing in the sample documentation. Okay, tell me anything you want to ask, or any idea.
I
Okay,
think we need little time to think
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
sure, you need little time. You just think, and
Ah.
try to get some idea. Search on the topic I have given, shown here. Okay, I will also send
Mhm.
you some reference. Okay, if you really need.
Okay. Yes.
uh,
Yes.
so gather an idea. Okay, take a week of time. After that we will sit
Mm.
again and discuss, and pick a right project for you. Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Definitely.
then thank you for all joining.
This is very much. Shrikant ji is also joined.
Srikant, Abhi.
Mm.
Hi
Mm.
Srikant.
Good evening all.
गुड इवनिंग.
Good evening.
अरे सर, आप भी कुछ बताओ, कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स का.
अरे क्या बताएं, बोलती बंद कर दिया आपने.
मतलब ये किस
सो
लिए?
मच थिंग्स. पता है हम लोग करते हैं काम, इतना काम, मतलब वो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इट्स वेरी हार्ड फॉर मी यार.
Detailed. It was very detailed
इट्स वेरी
information.
इजी टू डिजाइन अ सॉफ्टवेयर बट इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू प्रोड्यूस द रिपोर्ट.
Yeah, it's but you have to do na. It means
नो नो, that should be. So if you don't know the literature, how can you write a poetry? So that is there. You
yeah,
need to follow
project
all the
report
rules
is
and all the.
much essential
Yes.
because as per the development experience, means while you are writing the code, it's okay, no problem. You can remember it 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, 2 month. After that, you will obviously. everything will be erased from your memory, na?
No, obviously, whenever you're writing a big project, you have some documentation, you have some document.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
must.
modifying that one is pretty difficult. Like it's
हम्म,
very difficult to modify the things because we cannot remember
एकदम
all the
सही।
codes all the
या और खास
time.
करके अगर नया लड़का
So
अपॉइंट हुआ
this time,
That
तो
is true, I
उसको
think.
हमको समझाने में तो बस हो गया। तो यही बात है, उसको
Correct.
बता देंगे रिपोर्ट देख लो, इसको पढ़ लो, उसके बाद काम पे लग जाओ
no,
डायरेक्टली।
preparing is we need to understand the detailed thing about preparing reports. So that's a very vital part.
या
Where do you need to start? How the reports should be? What are the things that it should be included? What are the things that should not include? So I think we need to learn whenever we learn software engineering. I think that will give us a better
यस,
idea key what exactly
एग्जैक्टली,
that
एवरीवन विल
how
गेट
the life
आइडिया फ्रॉम
cycle
सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग।
yeah how the life cycle will come down, like what is feasibility study, what is system requirement specification, what are the sequencing charts and all, chat port chat, lot of things. I think it will be included there. And DFD, we are starting from zero level to n level, like we don't know how many levels we require
या
to represent that one. We need to understand all of them.
इफ वी
That
रियली
is a
वांट
good
टू
session.
अंडरस्टैंड
I
दैट इज।
really enjoyed.
Yes,
आज सुबह ना जिसके साथ बातें हो रहा था, बताए ना डिस्कशन में। अच्छा, रिकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप किए मैंने।
it was.
ओ नो।